Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Just some announcements for this week. We have a meeting again next week. We'll be going over playtesting and feedback, same time, same place. We'll have a game night next Friday if you're interested. Just make sure to, if you haven't already, go to the channels and roles in the Discord and add yourself to the game jam role so you can get like notified on when that is, or like what we're doing for that as well. We'll send out a poll probably like Monday for like what game we end up doing. If you're interested in paying dues, if you haven't already, Ethan's here, so go talk to him. So, which we do have a shirt design, which I will be showing shortly. In order to like get those like processing stuff done, just make sure to have your shirt paid for by the 26th. That's like the cutoff date we're putting down. So, semester jam, we're doing that again. If you don't remember from last semester, we basically have starting to do a new thing where it's basically you have the whole semester to work on it. And this semester we will have prizes, so I encourage you guys to just take a stab at it. Theme we're doing is hostile, so whenever you can come up with that, I don't know, like hostile work environment or like hostile enemies or like stuff like that. So whatever you can come up with, just if you have something to make from that. So and we will have prizes, so just keep that in mind. Shirt design, pretty sure you guys were here last week. We'll probably not do a drum roll, but this was the winning design. So yeah, if you're interested in getting that on a t-shirt, which is pretty cool, you can talk to Ethan. So, but yeah, and then drum roll. Ooh, it's turning on. Ooh, there we go. Yay. Drum roll. Game Jam. We have official dates for that. It's going to be April 11th to April 13th. It's probably going to be in Ellings. We don't have a exact, we don't know for sure, but it'll probably be there. That's what it usually is. So, yeah. So make sure to put in your calendars if you're interested. We'll be probably doing reminders as well when it gets closer to that. So, yeah. Anyway, time for the workshop. So here's a brick texture that Adam made. We'll probably just have a little time to work on our own. Generally, you'll want it to be. Oh my gosh, the dark mode's blinding me. Or not blinding me, I just can't read it. Okay, so generally, most of the time textures are it's not specifically that, but for the sake of this, we'll be just doing a square, and we'll be, we're just talking about making textures. So,
just started, actually.
Yeah, so for the sake of this, we're just gonna be putting in a cube, so you can just do it as a square. I think a lot of games they do it in actual square textures, usually powers of two, yeah. So we'll just do 52 by 52. So anyone got a suggestion for something we should make? Just something easy.
What kind of texture?
Are we using Unity or?
We are using Unity. We're also using Gimp. If you don't have those already installed, do that.
Yeah.
Are we using 3D?
Yeah.
3D core
3D.
basic projects.
So
Okay.
You have that on your computers.
yeah, we might do making tile sets and stuff at some point. I mean, I want to. I think it's fun, but yeah. So let's just do I don't know.
How about?
Let's do dirt.
Ooh, I like dirt.
Dirt. So we'll just kind of grab a color. Get a nice brown, because dirt is brown. If you didn't know, so.
I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
That is crazy.
See,
Truth nuke.
I always eat the dirt. I see too fast. So
Right. Howdy. Okay, there we go. Got a brush. So if you haven't used Gimp before, it's like most other image editors. Pretty sure P is your shortcut for brush in Gimp. And your bracket keys are the scale of your brush size. If you want shortcuts for that, just makes it way faster. So we'll just make this brown. Then let's see. We'll do a little bit of detailing. We'll do a little bit of darker brown. Just Gotta make it look like dirt. Not gonna look pretty.
A lot of dirt.
It's not gonna look pretty, but it'll look like dirt.
I don't even need to.
True. So yeah, we'll just like kind of do a little bit of that. Then we'll grab some gray for like add some rocks in there, like boom, boom.
Very rocky. I think maybe you should use a harsher brush for the rock.
Are you being a heckler?
Yeah.
It's kind of rude. That didn't do what I wanted to. There we go.
What the resolution do, like 512, 512.
Um.
So we can kind of square things.
So yeah, just like if you want to do dirt, go for it. If you have something else you want to do for it, that works too. You also could use an image if you really wanted to. It's a little bit harder because if you want to actually like seamlessly loop, you have to do a little bit of like extra work for that, but it's not impossible. So yeah, we'll just like. This is not gonna look good. Let's not. I mean, I can spend some time to make it look nice, but just for the sake of the tutorial, we'll keep it a little simple. So.
This is art. We should never devalue your work.
So true. That's
Any of you guys need help in the audience?
yeah. Are you guys following along fine so far?
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll put some like little like rock highlights or some shit on there.
I like where your head's at.
It's looking.
Can you put a little worm in there? Like
We'll put a little worm in there.
That's awesome.
We'll make it
Little guy.
like a little of that color. I don't really use Gimp, so it's kind of hard.
Zoom in and
But-
give him a little smiley face.
True. Why is it not zooming?
Just do control and scroll.
I was doing that, but it wasn't working.
Gosh.
How do you zoom? Wait, what's the zoom buttons?
Hold control and scroll. That's it.
I was pressing function. Oh my goodness.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't use Gimp that much, so it's weird.
Nice.
Okay. We'll go back to the brown. We'll kind of make it look like he's like getting buried, or he's like digging around in there.
Yeah.
He's like he's emerging from the
Yeah.
dirt.
Letting that soil breathe.
Oh yeah. Then we'll make that a little smaller.
Actually, cool worm fact. I'm pretty sure most common earthworms are actually not native to the North American continent. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes.
The more you know.
Yeah.
That's why I come to the game.
Yeah.
Don't learn about words.
We're educational here.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give him a big smile because he's a happy little guy.
Yeah.
And
That's
then, yeah, he looks kind of awful, but we'll make him look a little
Wait,
nice.
he kind of looks. You should smooth out the dirt
Yeah.
that's coming out of.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
It's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress.
Yeah.
We'll give him.
Art takes time.
That's true. Yeah. Old preface: if you want your like textures to look good, you usually need to like spend quite a bit of time on them. Also, you can like do it lower resolution if you want it to be like pixel textures. You can.
Up to you.
Up to your choice.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll just. Oh god. Why'd you say put a worm on here?
Because it's a little guy. It'll add some life, some
So
spice.
true. What's the redo button? Because I actually just took
Control
this.
Y.
It is true. Okay, it's just completely different from Photoshop, so I'm a little thrown off. Okay.
Okay.
My bad.
Skill diff.
Right.
Yeah. Also, this gives people time to make your texture.
True. You get funny commentary from
Yes.
me while I do it.
It also pads out the time. We've only been doing this for 10 minutes.
True, but like, it's a lot of work making a cool little worm dude.
Oh, God.
Also, I suggest not doing what I did and use the actual layers of Gimp. So if you haven't really used like I mean, it's kind of intuitive of just
Pretty
like,
sure it'll be easier if everything's in one layer to do the filters later on.
well, yeah, you can just flatten it though.
Oh.
But,
true.
yeah, we'll just put a little shadow underneath bro. So it's like he's got like a real
Real
life thing. Honestly, this will probably look fine if you like zoom out. Like, yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Well, yeah, he's like pixels.
If you make it really small, it looks great. So there's a pro tip of the day.
Yeah. It's all about that pixel density.
So true.
Yeah.
We kind of just like. What's the eyedropper?
You guys
Oh,
follow along?
you. I
just clicked
I
the new
think
layer
it's
button.
Control N, but
That is a.
that's a new image. Never mind.
No, it's that page. You were right.
It's Shift Control N.
Oh.
So, if you wanted to just make that new one real quick.
Yeah, just,
Didn't that might be done by brick? I'm trying to make like a brick texture for my corners.
yeah, that's good.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little more doodling on my my splendid looking dirt.
It's quite splendid.
I know.
I would have a taste. I would have a spoonful of this dirt.
Only a spoonful.
Yeah.
You would want a spoonful of this, Adam.
Yep.
It looks delicious.
Delish. Yum, yum,
I
yum.
eat dirt.
I like dirt.
That was embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay. This is looking a little rocky now. We're
Oh.
getting somewhere. We'll add like a little bit of like doots all over.
Do y'all need more time making your textures?
Yeah, how are you guys like pretty far along or close to being done?
I'm getting there.
Okay. More time to make it look pretty. So.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of awesome.
Do you need like help changing something or?
So I'm trying to use the chalk thing, but I want to use it on a small area. So I decreased the size. However, it does not change the spread, so it's just as compact as if it was a large size.
Should be the hardness value, I think. It should be on like the left side.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
So it's a cool wallpaper.
Thanks. It's albums I've liked on Spotify.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Jeff's not gonna come over and judge me.
What?
Nope.
I said music.
Yeah.
I like music.
That's the problem.
What?
You're gonna flame me.
I got the
What are you
Beatles on
talking
here.
about?
Yeah.
I only think people would listen to AJR.
If AJR comes up, don't mention it.
I don't know what that was.
That's fine.
He has so many great music picks. He has Swans and Fishmans and
I don't think I did actually.
Velvet
Dean
Underground.
Martin.
I do have Velvet Underground, unfortunately.
Your song.
I don't
Mac
remember.
DeMarco?
Dude,
Good choice.
my I love Mac DeMarco. Oh my god. One of my professors was like talking about Velvet Underground album
yeah,
covers
I knew
in my graphics design history class. That was awesome.
They have good songs.
I have some decent ones.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, so this is gonna look a little ugly, but like this is just for like demonstration purposes. So
Of course. We're gonna make these rocks pop out so much. It's gonna
so
be
true.
gonna go all like.
Adding a little light to them, and we'll go. I hate the keybinds in this. Oh my gosh, the eyedropper's O for some reason.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go. Brush is P for some reason, not B. You think Adobe has a patent on naming or like doing them a certain way by default?
That wouldn't surprise me. There's
I wouldn't
been
either.
patents for dumber things. Dr. God, nice.
True. My art teacher got me hooked on them.
Kind of makes me sad sometimes, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know how to merge down on the layers?
If you select them, you can just do merge down, I believe. Or actually, there should just be like a merge all if you want to do that.
So I was screwing around with things, seeing
Oh,
if it
yeah.
worked. I did Control C, Control V, and it makes a floating layer. Now I gotta figure out how to make the floating layer get merged down into the layer below it. But when I right click, the floating layer is.
So if you right click like your top layer, you can just do merge down and it'll flatten the image basically. So
You might have to help me with that.
yeah, give me 1 second.
Persona 5 original sound.
Chill.
No, I low key kind of use it down to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Jeff's just gonna like flame me on Twitter.
What? I like seeing what people listen to. It would be a boring world if everybody listened to the same. I'm not saying it.
Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a interesting texture. Howdy. Yeah, we'll just say that this is good for now.
This is going in Minecraft too.
This is gonna be in Minecraft too. Okay,
This
but
is
just
going in
saying,
Minecraft
it
too.
looks great if you zoom really far out.
Yes.
So, anyway, so I'm gonna flatten my layer real quick, or my layers. So we'll just do
Sorry.
we'll do merge down. So now it's all just one. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But then you want to go to, it's like, I think layer. If you want to make it loop, by the way. So when you do this is you go to layer at the top and you go to transform and then do offset. And you'll do put in half of whatever your image resolution is. So it should be 256 for this. And 256.
So do I just like save it?
Yeah, you can just save it too.
Yeah, saving is good.
We'll just do that. Then it kind of makes it look a little wonky, but that's okay. Which you can also just do actually make a duplicate layer of the one you had before, so you don't mess it up. But we'll do. It's so hard to read this for some reason.
I think it's because we hadn't restarted the computer with the new resolution.
No, I mean like it's black on white or black on gray.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just bad dark mode. Okay, so then it's gonna end up looking like this, and it's basically just shifting the whole image, like it's offsetting it. So then you'll see that there's like these kind of like weird little like seams here. We want to try to fill those in as best as we can, so that when you loop it, it actually like looks seamless. Because otherwise, you wouldn't see those in between your texture when you put it into like Unity or something like that. So my easy solution for that is we're just gonna take the color that I use. It's easier if it's like simpler, by the way. But I of course made it way too much work, so we'll just bump up the brush and just kind of draw a line down here. Just go like.
Is there a smoothing tool we could take advantage of? Or is that
True.
what we're using?
I'm just using a brush because I'm just kind of not trying to make it look super pretty.
Okay.
But there is options to do that of like blurring and stuff like that, which I can probably just blend it a little bit as well.
Kind of looks like the brush is taking the average value of the colors within it.
Unfortunately, it's not doing that right now. It's just using a brush.
Just use the brush.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll just want to like try to clean it up as best you can. Try to make sure there's no like obvious seams in there. What's up?
How'd you get to where it was like?
But yeah,
Oh,
as you shift.
You go to layer, transform, and then it'll be offset. You can also do shift control 0 or O, and then it'll do that. And the amount you'll want to offset it by is half of the resolution of the image you're using. So you'll want to make sure to keep that in mind. So like I did 512, so you'll do 256. So I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit more. That's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, I'll just go like that. I don't know why it's clinging to my mouse. Okay, there we go. I don't know if there's a smudge tool. Okay, so yeah, we'll just like smudge that around. Smudge. It's gonna make it look really blurry, but like it'll look a little less scuffed.
It's for the tutorial.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just smudge everything kind of around a little bit to actually make it look a little more blurry.
Blue. Also, I think we listen to most of the same.
Yeah, probably. True. I'm actually just smudging it around, but it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that is gonna mess it up. So if you do it near the edges, make sure that the edge is basically like the same. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do it again. It's fine. It's not gonna be perfect. Actually, I can just undo it. There. We'll just kind of like smudge it around a little more. Just trying to make it look a little tiny bit nicer. Not gonna really look nice, but you get the point.
Just a little bit.
Just enough to where it like might look like something.
So I'd like to mention your Doritos are kind of jamming out.
I forgot to put it like that. Yeah, we got a little worm homie. He's just chilling. Okay. That should be good. It looks like something.
So how do you shift it back?
So you don't need to, but if you do, you can just go to the same spot, the offset, and just do it again, and it'll make it look like it was before. I think you can also just do by width by height half, yeah, and then it'll just do the same thing.
Nice.
So yeah, look, now if we export this,
That's a PNG.
yeah, make sure to export it as like a PNG or like a packet. It doesn't really matter. If you have any like transparency that you wanted to keep, you would do it as a PNG. But
Export as?
yeah, you can just do export as or export, and then we'll just say like dirty dirt as the file name.
Wonderful. And save that to a file where you
yeah.
can access it on your computer. Okay, what? I'm trying to participate here, man.
No, you're good. Yeah. So then, do you want to like? Because I think you try to make a map. For
I
that.
can take it from here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is the Unity portion of the tutorial. So there are a few more steps that we're going to do in Gimp, but just so that we aren't waiting on Unity to load, we're just going to hop over to Unity very quickly. So what you'll want to do is that in your projects, you will want to make a new project, and then you will want to, once it loads, build a 3D core template. And then you'll just start that. That'll be cooking for like 5 minutes, and then we can go back to Gimp.
3D build and render pipeline?
Yeah, you'll want to make a new project here, just so that it's loaded by the time we're done in Gimp.
Okay.
So once everyone has that done, we can get started.
Also, I will note for future reference, Gimp has quite a few different brushes they can use. So if you did want to like fry it out and look a little bit better, I mean, just kind of for demonstration purposes, but if you didn't want it to look nicer, bunch of options there, sort of like just improve the quality of it a little bit. I mean, I just kind of doing this one.
Okay, is everyone ready to proceed with the GIMP portion? Good? Okay. So to make this texture pop in a 3D space, we need two things. We need a normal map and a height or bump map. The normal map essentially tells the Unity engine how to shine light on an object. So like if a light is above a texture, like if there's a protruding rock or something, the light should shine on the top of that rock and then should be shaded on the bottom of that rock, even if it's a flat surface. And then the bump map essentially tells the Unity engine how to make things kind of look like they're kind of popping out. Like it uses a parallax effect to make it look like it's bumping, like the texture's kind of bumping without actually adding 3D geometry. It's pretty cool. So we are going to make our normal map first. So make sure this image is saved somewhere in case you override it, just as a precaution. And then you will go to filters at the top, and then you will go to generic, and then normal map. Sorry, I apologize, that's kind of hard to see, but
If you need help, I can come over too.
yep. And then this does look a bit backwards. There should be a
What else, right?
actually I just want to I'm messing around a little. Okay. If it kind of looks backwards, like if it kind of looks like your crevices look like or if your like bumps or looks like crevices, you'll need to mess around with the flipping settings. That essentially just kind of flips the axes that the light is responding to. So in this case, I just had to flip the y-axis to make it work. And then we hit OK. And then you do File, Export as PNG, Dirty Dirt. And then I'm going to name this Dirty Dirt Normal, just so I can get back to it later.
So is it like supposed to be blue?
Yes. So you're supposed to export this blue image as its own separate file.
Here, so go to filter, filters,
Yep.
and go down to map, isn't it, right?
Filters generic normal map. It's not very intuitive where the normal map is.
Wait, oh, generic.
Yes.
Generic.
And just flip the axes till it looks right, basically.
There we go. So now it kind of looks like those are like deeper,
Alright.
where like the cement would be.
Ooh,
So
okay.
then you'll click OK, and then you'll export that.
Thank you.
Yep. You'll be able to maybe Does anyone else need help or are you? Or pretty good?
Okay, everyone, go with this. Awesome. Okay, so now that once you've exported your normal map, I'm just gonna go back to the original image, and what we will need to do is, okay, so this is a complex texture, so I would just use the regular filter, right? But other people might need to
For making
the bump map. Let's just do the grayscale route. I feel like yeah.
It's just the idea.
Yeah. Okay, so bump maps are made a little bit differently. All you really need to do for a bump map is to make it grayscale, because how it works is that lighter hues are higher up and then black is just like the deepest pit that the engine can render. So to make an image grayscale, you go to colors, and then I believe it's saturation, and then you just kind of crank that thing down. Boom. So now you have a grayscale image. Now the bigger the difference between your light shades and your dark shades, the more bumpy it's going to seem. So if you want to up the contrast, just go to colors again, and then I believe there's just a brightness contrast, and then you can just crank the contrast up. So then your highs will be higher and your lows will be lower, essentially. So I'm just gonna do that.
If you want it to be like not like extruding a ton, you could just have it be like a pretty flat amount of color. If you want it to be like really pronounced, then yeah, you can crank up the contrast.
And then if you want the darker part of your texture to be what extrudes, you can always invert the colors in the invert tab. There's a little invert option right there. I'm gonna undo.
In this case, yeah, basically.
So then you just export as another PNG, and then you're gonna name this one bump, because it's all bumpy. Yes. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you guys just go on.
Unity can be slow. So in our base Unity template, we already have a light source, which is great because that's what makes the texture work, because that's how light work. So we need a box to impose the texture onto. So on this left tab here where you see all of your scene objects, you will need to right click and then 3D objects and then the cube. It's very cool, very cube. Yes. So once you have your cube, you need to import your assets. Now I have more assets here because I was like messing around earlier, but all you need to do is right click and then import new asset, and then just select all the files that you just saved as PNGs. Then import, and boom, we got all of our dirt textures and such here. So I can wait for everybody to catch up.
Ready to rock and roll.
Okay, so now that we have all of our textures in, with the normal map, the purple looking thing specifically, we need to select that, and then we need to tell Unity that, hey, this is a normal map, treat it as such. So once we have that, that's good, and then save, and then that texture is now a normal map in the Unity engine. And then all we need to do to apply the dirt texture is to simply drag and drop the dirt texture onto the cube. Wonderful dirt texture, if I do say so myself. Good job.
Thanks.
Yes.
Some of my best work.
Mm-hmm. So then now that this material is applied to the 3D object, the 3D object has a material tab at the very bottom here. To add the extra textures that we made to this material, all you'll need to do is expand it, and then you'll have all these cool options here. We are just going to look at the normal map and the height map. So the normal map, we just click here, and then we select our cool normal map that we made. Then our height map, we select the cool bump map that we made. And that should be everything. And now it still kind of looks flat, but that's because the lighting has not been calculated. And then all we need to do then is hit play. It'll calculate the light, and we'll get a cool freaking cube. If I do say so myself.
Yeah.
So the differences are kind of subtle. So actually, let me just move the scene camera closer to the object. Okay, so we can go back to the game. So the differences that we just made are a bit subtle, but there's a nice, very nice set of settings that we can do on the fly actually over here. So you'll notice by your normal map and height map, there's a bunch of cool sliders and such, and you can slide it around, and you can kind of see that your texture is being modified. So this height map, I'm amplifying it basically, so everything looks a little taller. And then the normal map, you can set that to like 2, and then immediately the lighting becomes more obvious. So if I turn this off, that's no normal map, and if I turn this up to 2, that is with a normal map. So you can kind of see what that does. So that's pretty much it. If you want to make the cube rotate, actually, which I like to do, just to kind of show it off, you can add a script, but that's completely optional. I can wait for everybody to catch up. You guys want to make the cube rotate? Cool. Okay, so select the cube and then go to the bottom, and then you'll see this add component button. You'll hit that and then scroll all the way to the bottom, or at least I thought it was on the bottom. Where is it? Component, where is it? Oh, it's being cut off by my taskbar. That's cool. Okay. Search for scripts. So then you'll just hit new script. Boop. Script. I'm gonna name this spinny spin spin spin. And then hello? Did I not create it? Okay, whoops. I'm gonna do that again. Okay, then you'll hit enter to create the script. That's my bad. And then let me see. Okay, and then to edit the script, you just double click on the C# script, and it'll bring up your code or text editor of choice. And then you'll just need one line, which I don't have memorized, so I'm just going to tab back and forth here. Transform dot rotate. I think it's 0 space 20 times time dot delta time 0. Okay. This is the only line of code you need to make the cube rotate. Boom! Rotate. Cube!
Signature Swanson voice.
Yeah. It is.
Gotcha.
See, with the cube rotating, you can really see what the parallax effect is doing with the height map. It looks 3D with none of the geometry.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge graphics. Yes.
Did I have like? So how do I get like?
Oh, of course. I guess I didn't go over that. That's my bad. So in the scene view, you can scroll out and then click on your camera object, and then you'll get a set of 3 arrows, and then you'll drag whichever arrow brings you closer to your cube. Everyone get their cubes to rotate. Awesome. Y'all want to make the sun rotate? You do the same thing, but with the sun. So you go add component, new script. Yeah, it adds a sunset so you can see the normal maps being affected. Rotate.
the celestial body.
Yerp.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason that texture isn't actually everything.
Yo. It's nighttime. I'm gonna move the camera back a little. Oh, is it working now? Oh.
That's insane.
But you can, as the sun changes angle, you should be able to see a little bit how the normal maps are affected by it. But yeah, it's kind of cool in my opinion. Yeah. But see, as the sun comes up, you can see the tops of all the rocks are shinier than the bottoms because that's where the sun is. Yes.
So true.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep. Good job. All right. Semester Jam, bringing this back this semester. Theme is hostile, so whatever you guys have for that. Excited to see that. We do have prizes once again, so just keep some of that in mind. Shirt design, this is the one we ended up going with. So if you haven't already ordered a shirt, talk to Ethan. So, and then the game jam date, April 11th to 13th. So again, make sure to put that in your calendar, and it'll probably be in Ellings. We'll see. Most likely it's going to be in there. But yeah, so then next week we'll be doing a meeting on playtesting and feedback. Just kind of like, how to run that, how to take feedback, stuff like that. I think, of course, semester jam started up, so feel free to get started on that. Your deadline is like pretty much just going to be like the last meeting of semester, around about then. So we'll have, Discord game night, not correct. I forgot to change that. That will be next Friday, so just keep that in mind as well. And pay your dues if you are interested and haven't already. So, anywho, go forth, make games, be awesome. Yay!